Yes. Yeah. Good evening, all. So before I start, can anyone please confirm whether my voice is clear, where the screen is visible or not, right? Yes.
Good evening, sir.
Fine. Yes. So in the demo session, just I was briefing you, right, the importance of Python, right? Today I'll be discussing about these technicals of Python, right? And before that, what are the various reasons, right? Reasons. So okay, Python, right? Reasons which makes Python super popular, right? Yes, reasons which makes Python super popular. Suddenly super popular, right? Yes. Reasons which makes Python suddenly super popular, right? Yes. First one is very less code. It has got very less coding, right? Yes. It's compared with other programming. And secondly, simple syntaxes given by Python, which looks like normal English statements. The syntaxes of Python. And multi-programming features. Multi-programming features, hybrid features we got. What all the features we see in different other programmings, we see in Python. Multi-programming features, right? And interactive mode given by Python. Interactive mode. We can easily interact with Python statement by statement. It gives response for each and every statement we put. Okay. Next, very less coding. Simple syntaxes. Multi-programming features. Interactive mode. Wide varieties of applications, right? Wide varieties of applications, right? Like web applications, animation applications, automation applications, gaming applications, embedded applications, desktop applications, wide varieties of applications we can develop. Many built-in libraries, many built-in modules, right? Python has got many built-in modules for various domains, right? Many built-in modules. One second. Sorry. Okay, very less coding, simple syntaxes, multi-programming features, interactive mode given by Python, wide varieties of applications, right? Different types of applications we can develop, right? And many built-in modules. And it's a general purpose programming, not for a particular purpose. It's a general purpose programming, right? Yes. It's a high-level language, human understandable, and it's platform independent. High-level language. Okay, so these are the reasons, right, which makes Python super popular. And just go with some technical part, right? So like Python software foundation, Python versions, Python installations and execution modes, right? Before we go with installation, you need to know something about this PSF, Python software foundation, right? Python software foundation, right? Python software foundation, PSF. It is a non-profit organization, right? It is a non-profit organization. It is a non-profit organization devoted towards Python community, right? It was launched in the year 2001. Objective is to foster the development of Python, from version to version, right? Yes. And in the year in the year 2005, Python's of PSF received, yes, Computer World Horizon Award, right? Yes. In the year 2005, PSF received Computer World Horizon Award. And the president for this is nothing but the same personality who introduced or who developed Python, right? Guido van Rossum. Yes, is the same personality. Yes, who has introduced Python, is president for this PSF. And headquarters, where are the headquarters? Right, in Delaware, US. And official website, python.org. Official website, Python. This is the official website from where we are going to download Python. We're going to install Python, right? Official website is python.org. And Python versions, right? Python versions. What are the Python versions we are going with? What are the previous versions? What is the latest version? Right. Python versions. Python 1.x version, right? Python 1.x version released in the year 1989. Python 2.x version, right? 2.x version, it was released in the year 2000, right? Python 3.x version, right? It was released in the year 2008. The version what we are using currently is 2008. Latest version of Python, latest version, right? Latest version of Python. Python 3.11. Python 3.11 is the latest version. Stable version of Python. Stable version, right? Yes. Stable version of Python, right? Yes. Python 3.9. Python 3.9, right? Yes. Stable version means mostly used version. Right? Yes. So we are going to install Python 3.11, the latest version of Python. Python installation, right? Yes. Python installation. Python installation. So before I go with the installation, right, first let me uninstall this and show you from the scratch how to download and how to install Python. Hardly takes 5 minutes. All right. So the recordings of these sessions will be provided, not a problem, right? Yes. Uninstall this. Uninstall this Python 3.11. All right. So Python is going to provide different softwares for different environments, for Windows, for Linux, for Mac OS, right? And within the Windows, for 32-bit separate software, for 64-bit, it's going to provide separate software, right? Yes. whether your Windows is a 32-bit or 64-bit. How will you check, right? So for 32-bit Windows, separate software. For 64-bit Windows, separate software Python provides. How will you check whether Windows is 32-bit or 64-bit? Yes, just minimize this, right? Minimize. Okay. So just right click your PC, right? Yes, right click your PC. Sorry, right click your PC or computer and say properties. What is it saying? System type 64-bit operating system, 64-bit operating system, right? Yes. Okay. So let us just download this Python and install this Python, right? Yes. Chrome browser. So just www.python.org, the official website of Python, python.org. This is the official website from where we are going to download. And so downloads, go to the downloads folders, all releases, scroll down. Don't go for active Python releases, looking for a specific release. Check for looking for a specific 11.3 version, April 5, 2023, right? It was installed. So it was released in the year 2023, April 5, just almost like 15 days ago, right? Like just 2-3 weeks. 3.11.3, right? Click it. Scroll down to the bottom of the page. You will see the files. You will see the files, right? Yes. So at the bottom, you can see, right? At the bottom, you can see Windows installer. 64-bit. Windows installer 64-bit, right? Yes. Okay, just 24 MB of size, right? 24 MB of size, right? Right. So all the 89,300 inbuilt modules Python is providing, all those we cannot, all those modules you won't get along with this Python software. Only commonly used modules you are going to get, right? Yes, fine. So download is finished. Just click this, right? Click this. Install this Python 3.11.3, right? First, before you go with installation, add Python to path, and go for customized installation. Go for customized installation. Right. Say next. Say next. Nothing to select, but here it by default it is getting installed in C, users, Dell, app data, local programs, Python, right? You remove all this path because somewhere it is getting installed in some subdirectories. So I just want Python to be installed in C, Python 3.11, right? A folder gets created automatically and Python is going to get installed, right? So just say install, right? Okay, so just go to python.org website, select Python 11.3. Just while install, just select that Python 64-bit or 32-bit, 64-bit, right? If you're using Windows 10 or 11, and select add Python to path, select customize installation, and just location. Everyone, don't forget to location, right? Yes. So successfully install, it is saying, right? And I'm going, if you go to the command prompt, right, by typing cmd in the search panel, within the search panel, type cmd, right, say enter, right, and say cd slash, right, yes, cd, change your directory, right, change your directory to, okay, sorry, not required all this. So whenever you go to the command prompt, just by typing cmd, yes, by typing cmd, just type Python here, right, say enter, 3.11.3, right, Python 3.11.3, yes, Python version, right, 3.11.3 is the Python version, and this 3-arrow symbol interpreter, right, where you can interact with Python statement by statement. For every statement is going to give response just by saying 3 plus 4, I'm saying 5 into 6, x is 10, y is 4, print x, print y, x plus y, x into y, right? In this way, you can type any valid Python statements and you can interact with it, right? Statement by statement. Yes. And if you want to come out of this, say quit, right? If you want to come out of this, suggest say quit. Quit, quit, right? QUIT, quit. Say enter, right? Yes. So Python is installed. It is working properly, right? It's working, right? So Python install. If anyone from Linux background, if you want to use Python within this Linux environment, right? You can just, and if you want latest version of Python to be installed, by default, Python comes as inbuilt within this Linux OS, right? Yes. So you can say like sudo apt -get install, sudo apt -get install Python 3.11, Python 3.11, right? Yes, this command is going to install Python within your Linux machine, right? Yes. Next. Okay. Python execution modes. Python execution modes, right? Python execution modes. 2 modes of executions. Two modes of execution. First one, interactive mode and batch mode. Interactive mode. Second is batch mode. Interactive mode. Interactive mode, right? Here we directly type, as just now I discussed, right? Interactive mode. Here we directly type, here we directly type Python statements. On the interpreter. Here we directly type Python statements on the interpreter, and the user can easily interact, with the Python statement by statement. We directly type Python statements and the user can easily interact with Python statement by statement. What is the advantage, right? Advantage. to test the functionalities, right? To test if it doesn't know, if it doesn't have idea about any particular Python functionality, you can just type it in this interactive mode and check what response it is going to provide. To test the functionalities, of Python and to learn Python. To test the functionalities of Python and to learn Python. Batch mode. Batch mode means here we write batch of statements here, but to develop applications in Python, this interactive mode can't be used. We go for batch mode. Here we write batch of statements. Here we write batch of statements within the editors or IDEs, IDEs, and save it. And save it by using .py extension, right? Yes. Here we write a batch of statements within the editors or IDs and save it by using .py extension and later submit it to Python. IDE means integrated development environment, right? And later submit it to Python. So we are writing batch of statements within the editor's IDs, save it by using .py extension, later submitting to Python. What are the various editors where we can write the Python code? Various editors, right? Right. Within the notepad, you can write within the Windows, right? Within the notepad, you can write this Python code, right? Within the notepad, within the edit plus. So these two are for Windows environment. For Linux environment, right? VI Nano, right? Yes. Nano editors. These two are for Windows. These two are for Linux environment, right? Yes. For writing this Python code, we use these editors and create .py files and later submit to Python. I'll just provide some examples on this, right? So we have got two modes of executions, right? Interactive mode where we can for learning Python as a learner, right? This interactive mode works better. And for batch mode, we write set of statements within the editors and save it by using .py and later submitting to Python, right? And what are the various IDs? Various IDs where we are going to write the various IDs. Various IDs where we write the Python code, right? Within the PyCharm, we write the Python code. Within this PyDev. So what are the various IDs supported by Python? PyCharm, PyDev, Komodo, right? Spider, Eclipse, NetBeans. So Jupyter notebook, right? Jupyter notebook. We like within this Anaconda distributions, we get all this Jupyter notebook. VS Code, right? VS Code. So I'm going to show you in all these IDs, right? How to download and how to install, right? And various IDs in real time we use. We may ask why these many IDs for Python? Why not one or two? So Python used in different environments, right? Python is used in different environments. So like in data science, big data, networking, in web applications, right? Different environments using different IDs, right? Especially for data science, Jupyter notebook is preferred, Spider is preferred. For big data environments, Spider, Jupyter, right? And for typical web applications, PyCharm is preferred, VS Code is preferred, right? So different environments using different IDs, right? Yes. So there was an editor Atom ID, but support now we doesn't have support for that Atom ID, right? Since from last 4 months, I hope, right? The support for Atom, there is no support, right? Previously, we used to work with Autumn also. Right. So among all this, which is mostly used means PyCharm is the mostly used one, mostly used ID, right? Where we work with PyCharm community and PyCharm professional, where PyCharm professional, we have got many features for web development, mostly used one, right? It's various IDs. Right. Yes, developing the first Python application, right? Yes. Developing the first Python application. Developing the first Python application within the editor. Within the editor, right? Example like Notepad. Example like Notepad. Open Notepad and type the following Python statements. So as of now, we didn't discuss anything about Python or Python statements, right? Yes. Jupyter Notebook easy to practice. I'm using Eclipse. Okay. Yes. Okay. So developing this, will just, are you able to hear my voice? Can anyone please confirm?
Yes, sir.
So there is a power outage from last 3 hours. So the battery is down. So we'll continue the next session from here on, right? Developing the first Python application. So the next session will continue on Monday, right? Tomorrow, Saturday, because of Ramzan and that too with weekend classes, I'll be busy. We'll continue on Monday, the continuation of this same time at 7 p.m. Can follow the same link, right? Everyone you can follow the same link, same time at 7 p.m. on Monday.
Sir, recorded videos where we found, sir.
So they'll be forwarding you to your mail IDs, right? With whatever mail ID you have joined the meeting, to that mail IDs, you can see by tomorrow, you'll be getting it, the sessions. Right?
Okay, sir.
YouTube links will be provided, right? You can check it, right? Fine.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
And 1 second, check it here, right? You can see that payment details and process, and you can see a demo videos links are provided by the online team. In the chart panel, you can see the demo videos link, right? Yes, you can copy that course content and a demo videos link, all that are available in the chart. You can just copy the links to go through the videos, yesterday's video and day before yesterday's, right? Fine. Today's also you'll be getting to your mails, right? So any queries you got, anyone?
Nothing, sir.
Fine. So I'm stopping for now. We'll meet on Monday, right? Yes. Thank you all for your time. Thank you. Meet you on Monday.